Hi friends, it's Jody here with Squiggly Doodles. Today we're gonna draw a really fun boxer. So let's go get started on our boxer dog. All right, let's get ready to draw our fun boxer. I'm gonna use a Sharpie just so that you can really see my lines that I'm drawing. You can use anything you would like to draw with. The very first thing that I want to do is find the center of my paper. What I usually do is I just put my hand somewhere near the middle, or I draw a point, like a little dot, and I know that that's my center. I know you probably can't even see that with the camera. So all that I'm gonna do in the center of my paper, and a little higher up, I'm gonna draw two eyes on each side, just two circles. So I'm gonna draw one circle on one side, and then I'm gonna go over just a little bit, and I wanna make the circles the same size. So if you need some help with that, just pretend to draw an imaginary line, make a dot, draw another imaginary line, make a dot, and then all you need to do is just draw a circle to connect those dots. And then you have two very similar circles. It's okay if they're not perfect. They don't have to be. Art is not perfect. So I'm gonna draw one circle up top, and then what I wanna do is make a half, like moon, line here at the bottom of his eyes. And I wanna go ahead and color in the middle, like that. And that is our fun boxer eyes, just like that. And if you have some lines that aren't perfect, you can always go back around and trace around your circle just to make it a little cleaner. See, I kind of leave a little edge there. But again, it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so we have our two eyes. We're gonna point our fingers together and come down just a little bit, and we want to make a fun nose. So I'll make a dot there, just like your fingers are both on the eyeballs, and go down like you're making a V shape or a upside down triangle. And make a dot, that is where our nose is going to be. All that we're gonna do is like a U shape nose, and then this part's gonna be flat like that. We can make it a little more rounder, just like that, and that's our nose, that shape there. We're gonna make two long ovals, because again, we want to show where light is reflecting on our nose, and then we can just color in. I really like the Sharpie here because it really shows you the contrast of the light and the dark. So from this point, he's actually gonna have his trademark white here, and then his eyes are gonna be dark. So I think before we go any further, we need to go ahead and draw his white part that comes up over his nose. So on each side of his nose, if you were to draw an imaginary line and go up above his head right in the middle, you're just gonna draw a half, almost like a rainbow, like you're making a circle. From there, you're gonna go down on each side, and then we're going to stop at that point. We're gonna find the middle of his nose, and we're just gonna draw a little line going down. We're gonna start his mouth. Right here, we'll just make a little mouth. Perfect. And then we're gonna draw two lines coming off of his mouth, just like that. These two lines are gonna connect these lines, and they're gonna go out and around. If you wanted to make your boxer really fat, he could have really big cheeks, or you could make really skinny ones, but I'm gonna do somewhere in the middle. So I'm gonna take this point, and I wanna match this point, and I'm just gonna draw like a half circle shape and go up and like that. And then I'm gonna go down, come back up. Perfect. And then we want to go from these 2 points out of his nose and match these 2 points here. So I'm going to just draw a line down and a line down, and then I'll do our 3 little dots where his whiskers are. And then from here, we're going to match these lines just like that. All right. Now we're going to make the black eye part. So you're gonna find where the top of his eyes are here on each side of the white part. Go up just a little bit, draw an imaginary line across and make 2 marks. So it's above the eyes, but not so far up to this point. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go up. We wanna have this top match this top. So if you drew an imaginary line, it's gonna be right around there. And you could do the same thing there. So we're gonna go all the way down and come up under, and you'll see once I draw. So like this, go down, come in a little bit, and under, just like that. And so we're gonna go up, back down, come in just a little bit, out again, and under. Perfect. Now, you see, I didn't make them match. They need to match. So we'll make an imaginary line across, and we know this part is gonna come down and match. That was it. All I did, it was a quick, easy fix, because this part actually gets colored in. So there you go. You would never have known that I made a mistake, right? Because there are no mistakes in art. You can always fix something. That's what I love about art. Ever since I was really little and I learned to draw, sometimes I wouldn't make an imaginary line and I'd accidentally draw through something. I always got creative and I learned how to turn it into a fun shape or a fun design. And it was just really good for me to be able to learn to do that. Because sometimes you maybe don't do exactly what you thought you were gonna do, or you thought the picture was gonna turn out that way. But it ends up being always fun, and art is your expression of what you want to do. So this is my dog. Your dog is gonna look different than my dog, and that is perfectly okay. So if you didn't want your boxer to be black and white, if you're not using a Sharpie, that is great. You can do any colors that you want. You just want to make sure though that you are filling in this part with a solid color, or a couple different colors, but make it the same. Because then it might not look just like a boxer if you didn't do that. And boxers, I've never seen a black and white boxer. Actually, I have. Now that I think about it, I did a search not that long ago of little boxer puppies. They were so cute. And I did see a black and white one. He kind of reminded me of a funny little cow. It was cute. He will not look like a panda, my drawing that I'm doing, or a cow. You will definitely see that it looks like a boxer dog. But instead of brown and white, which is the typical colors of a boxer, this one is black, because again, I'm drawing with a black Sharpie. Okay, so now we have the main parts of his face. We're just gonna make him have a little chin here, and I'm just gonna do a couple little lines like that, and that's the bottom of his face. Now we need to draw his head. So what we're gonna do, we're going to make 2 points right below his nose. If you drew an imaginary line across, make a little dot there, and go across the exact same and make a dot there. Perfect. So these lines are gonna come up and make a round shape. We're making the top of his head. So what I'm gonna do is actually go up from the middle of his head, and it'll be about right here, make a dot. So now I know I need to connect this dot with that dot and this dot with that dot with a round shape. So I'm gonna go out and around just like that. And I stayed close. I didn't go really far out. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing and come down. Perfect. And now we get to draw his cute little ears. So my ears are on the side of his face, and they're just fun little lines. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw that imaginary line again right in the middle. And from that point, we're gonna go over and over. Another way that we can do it is find that white spot of his eye, draw an imaginary line up, make a mark. Same thing. That way we know symmetry, which is a big word, but it's the same on each side. From here, we're gonna make a point that goes up, down, and out. So again, from this dot, you're going to go over and up, down, and out, just like that. From here, we're gonna make the rest of his ear. His ears are gonna fall somewhere around this area here on each side of his face. So we're just gonna go, on this side, I'm gonna go a little further out, and then I'll come back in and make a circle. And then on this side, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna kind of go out, come back in. Before I finish that line, I wanna make sure it matches up with this side. So draw an imaginary line, and look at that. I was right at the end. And we'll just make a little droop. And if they don't match, just go over and, you know, make it match. Make this line a little longer, kind of like what I did there. And then I want to color his ears the same color, or if you made a fun design of some sort, of this color here where his face is. It'll just really look good and complete our cute boxer. And if you want to name your picture, you can. There we go. We're almost finished. I'm going to try to color fast so that I can finish it for you. But again, if I go too fast or if I go too slow, that's why I love videos. You can pause. So don't be afraid to press pause or to fast forward if you need to. All right, and there is our fun boxer. If you wanted to add a little something, you could add a cute little bow. I will do that. I'm gonna just draw a little circle there, and then a line going out and a line going out on each side, and then I'll just come down and meet. And then I can make little lines showing where the bow is tied. And then you could color it a fun color.
Squiggly Doodles!